Hello, my name's Julie Williams. I'm a registered migration agent with Migration Downunder, and I'm here today to talk to you about the child visa. A child visa, there's 3 different pathways for those who want to bring their children here in Australia, or perhaps have their children here in Australia with them but don't have a permanent visa. Now, the child visa pathway, there's 3 options. There is the biological child or the stepchild of a parent, or there is the adopted child, or there is the orphan relative child. Now, orphan is generally where both parents are deceased or missing or can't be found, and perhaps you are the siblings, maybe the older siblings of your brothers or sisters, and want to sponsor them. Then a child visa can be the option if they are orphaned and you have the ability to be able to sponsor them and have the custody over them. There's also the adoption pathway for child visas, and often that can be quite confusing because there are a lot of different requirements that you need to meet other than just the visa. You have to show that if the country that you're adopting from, if the country is not part of the Hague Convention, then there is a lot more hoops that you have to go through, and it's a lot more difficult process. You do have to get confirmation from the Australian State or Territory Government Authority to show that the country is recognised as a country that is on the list that Australia recognised for state nomination government authority registration for adoption. And if neither of those are occurring, then the only way that you're going to be able to do it, unless there are compassionate and compelling circumstances, is that you have to, as a sponsor, live overseas for a minimum of 12 months. You don't actually have to be in the same country as the child, but you do have to be offshore and out of Australia for a minimum of 12 months. Otherwise, it is going to prove difficult if the country that they're coming from is not part of the Hague Convention. And the reason they do that is to protect the interests of the child. And I know it can be a very heartbreaking situation, and I empathise with those that are going through that, because often adoption is the only way, or you're wanting to adopt a child because maybe they are a relative that you're wanting to bring out here to Australia. They also must be under 18. The other pathway, the child visa, that is sometimes where perhaps the parents might have gained permanent residency. There may have been a broken relationship where the child has remained with the non-migrating parent, and now they do want to join that parent in Australia. Then there is the child visa application for those. They also, children generally have to be under 18, I should say. And if not, they need to show that they're fully reliable on the sponsoring parent for their everyday needs, financial needs, accommodation, and everyday living expenses. And also they really should be a full-time student and not working. If they're working full-time and they're over 18, then there can be difficulty in gaining sponsorship of allowing your child to join you here in Australia. It is a permanent visa. The processing time is quite lengthy. It can take anywhere from 12 to 24 months currently, and the application can be lodged here in Australia or offshore. And if you do lodge it in Australia, you can access the bridging visa that allows you to remain here in Australia. Obviously, that's not always for everybody, because sometimes, depending on where the child is coming from, it can be difficult just gaining a visitor visa to enter Australia. So child visas, there is a range of opportunities there available. It is complex. I do recommend that you seek the professional guidance of an experienced registered migration agent, and here at Migration Downunder, we're more than happy to help you. You can reach out and contact us through our usual channels, via email or phone, and you can find more information on our website, migrationdownunder.com.